did you notice that he kept saying in both the topic and the conversation, he was asking for his opinion about something. He was particularly concerned about two systems. Do you know what he was using? What he was talking about? What did he keep saying as a, you know, there was one specific area that he wanted to cover. Or one specific, he wanted to get his opinion on, it wasn't so much just about the computer systems. When he was talking about music, he did exactly the same thing with music, and he also, when he talked about transport, did exactly, this is examiner, did exactly the same thing. Yeah. There was, yeah. The phrase he kept saying was, do you prefer? Yes, do you prefer? So a lot of that, do you prefer Windows 7 or Vista? Yes. What music do you prefer in a party? Yeah. And what was the other one? What do you prefer, a bicycle or a Mercedes? Well, it's an obvious question, but that's what he did. That's what he did. So, and prefer is one of the, this is expressions of preference again. So the examiner, he knows this list very well. He knows, he'll understand this list very well. Okay, and he wants you to say, yes, I prefer something. Okay, yeah. What else did you think? Anything that struck you about that interview? How was it? Was it different from any that you've ever had? Sylvia, yeah.
In my opinion, doesn't do a lot of questions to the examiner.
Yeah, he had to be prompted, didn't he? You have to ask, at grade 5, you have to ask one question on the topic, one question in the conversation, yes. And he had to be prompted on both, didn't he? Yeah. So he got right to the end of the topic and then he said, would you like to ask me a question? Yes. Yeah. And he did exactly the same at the end of the conversation. Do you have a question for me? And the thing is, you should be prepared for a question. Yeah. You should have a list of about 5, 6 questions that you ask the examiner. Yeah. On both parts, the topic and the conversation. Yeah. So yeah. You only have to ask one. So it's a question of whether you want to. I don't think he would have failed because he was prompted, but it's probably better if you ask the question at some point. I mean, he could have asked you something on, if it was say something on the computer systems, yes. I think eventually he said, do you have a computer? Very simple question, but you know, he said, yes, I bought a new one, didn't he? I think, yes. So it's important that you realise that the question has to come at some point in the interview, and don't always wait for the examiner to ask you why, okay? Yeah. Anything else about that struck you? Anything? No? I thought, my own opinion was he was confident, and I'm sure he passed. I don't know whether he passed with merit or distinction, but I think he would have passed that interview because I think he was using a lot of the right language. And that's what the examiner wants to hear. He just wants to hear. It's almost like he's not literally ticking as he goes along, but he's listening. He's listening very closely to what's being said. Okay. And also another tense that he was using. Did you spot another tense? Present perfect was one. Did you spot another one? It's very important at this grade.
The present perfect.
Yeah, we mentioned that, yes.
The present continue.
Possibly, but...
will,
yes. A future using will, yeah. He used the contraction, remember. I think he said at one point, which car do you think you will buy? Yes. And do you think you'll change your bicycle? He was talking about bicycles, wasn't he? Do you think you'll change your bicycle? Yes. So he's asking questions about the future. as well, using will. Okay. So again, he's looking for language to come back to him that says, you know the future tense using will. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. I think that was it. And there was a lot of it, and it's all in there. It's all in this. It's all in this area here. Okay. So, shall we go on to? There's another one. So we'll go on to the next one. Okay. We'll go on to the next one and see how that works. Okay. I haven't seen this one in detail, so